want to stop thinking about what to say and listen. The questions will naturally come up when you hear and listen to what the other person's saying. Oftentimes we get stuck and focused on what's the next thing we're going to come up with. You get so much anxiety thinking about being in the conversation that you're not in the conversation. In order to learn like the rules of conversation and, you know, social etiquette, whatever you want to call it, you have to take risks. You have to fail in order to succeed. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Missy, and today we're going to talk about how to stop having so much social anxiety. I feel like in today's society, because of the internet, and we don't have a lot of face-to-face interactions, or we don't have as many as we used to, we've lost a lot of that touch, you know, the ability to shake people's hands and introduce themselves and have less of that social anxiety, where before we very much had to be in each other's faces and face each other. Now there's a lot more interaction online, chatting to people online, a lot of social media, and because of COVID as well, the lack of interactions have increased a lot of people's social anxiety. And also high expectations from social media also increases people's anxiety, as well as a lot of people's mental health has gone down the drain because of social media. So that's why it's so important to focus on overcoming our anxieties and not feeling like we can't talk to people, because we need each other. So you don't need to be diagnosed with social anxiety. You could just have anxiety in social situations. This will feel like you have a fear of rejection. You will notice you will feel really nervous when you're about to go in social settings, or when you are in social settings. You will have anxiety symptoms like clammy hands, maybe your heart will race, maybe you have pressure in your chest, maybe your stomach, you feel like your heart is in your butt, you feel like your stomach is hurting. You may feel like a need to run from the situation, avoid situations. You may freeze in situations. In social situations, your mind may go blank. You may stutter, or you may be so focused on what everyone is thinking about you. You may think that you have food on your face and you're embarrassing yourself. You'll have a lot of negative thoughts about yourself. Everyone thinks you're dumb, you sound dumb, everyone's judging you. And you may, before you go to social interactions, you imagine it going horrible and you feeling embarrassed. So where does social anxiety really come from? It comes from bullying when you were a child. It comes from lack of social interactions. It comes from having low point of view of yourself. It can come from not having a lot of friends. It can come from, you know, having parents that were overbearing or harsh with you, and it made it hard for you to make friends when you were younger. And it could just come from inexperience of having friends from when you were younger in general, from whatever the reason may be. So what happens with social anxiety is at some point there was some type of either trigger, or there was some type of story that played in your mind about how things go when you're in social settings, and you believe this wholeheartedly, and you believe it through your actions of, like, when you go into social settings, you see things a certain way. So like, let's say you think that nobody likes you, you then continue that story on and on that nobody likes you, and then you believe the story that no one likes you, and then you avoid social settings, or you will purposely look for ways to see that no one likes you. Like maybe you said hi to someone and they didn't say hi back, or maybe you saw someone and you misinterpreted something they were doing and you took it personally. You will look for ways to confirm your beliefs. Now what you really need to is retrain your brain and see that you are safe in these settings and that you are okay. Because here's the thing, you could be in these settings and you're not even thinking about anything, but you still feel incredibly nervous, like your body is going off because you have a trauma response going off in you, that you feel that you're in danger, and it's a misinterpretation. I have made a video years and years ago when I first started YouTube about how to overcome social anxiety that I'll leave right here. It's not the best of the best video because I was just starting off, but I put more details about social anxiety in there. So how you retrain your brain is that you need to work on your beliefs, you need to take action, and you need to work on your what you tell yourself, your thoughts, and what you feed to yourself. One of the first things you want to focus on is your self-talk. You want to challenge any negative thoughts you have. So for instance, you say no one likes you. What proof do you have that no one likes you? You've never really maybe given people a chance to see if they like you. You avoid conversations, or maybe you have friends but you avoid them and they reach out to you. You know, look for ways you can challenge those beliefs. And even if, let's say that you are not liking the person you are, you can always become better and be the person that you want to be and work towards being the person that you want to be. So thinking that no one likes you is very unlikely, because there's not many people that no one likes. The other thing is, you have to understand, no one's thinking about you. Everyone's thinking about themselves the same way that you're thinking about yourself. You're hyper focused on yourself and thinking what people are thinking about you, but they're all hyper focused on themselves too. The other thing is, you have no idea what they are actually thinking. You are feeding yourself a story that you have no evidence or idea that this is what they're thinking. You can't read minds. You don't actually know unless someone verbatim tells you. It's all stories. They could be thinking that you're really awesome and a cool person, and you have no idea because you're too busy focusing on these negative stories that you're telling yourself that aren't even reality. So let go of these negative stories and thinking you know what people are thinking about you, which, by the way, is none of your business what people are thinking about you, because you will never know what people are genuinely thinking unless, again, they tell you. So this is something that's out of your control that you just let go of, and focus what's in your control. Focus on what you want to tell yourself. Focus telling yourself that you are an interesting person. Tell yourself things that you really like about yourself, that you feel like you can provide in a friendship or in a conversation or when you're around other people. Focus on uplifting yourself and reminding yourself that you are safe and that you are not in an actual dangerous situation. It's just that it's perceived to be a dangerous situation. You will be okay in that situation. And not only do you want to tell yourself that you're safe, but you want to genuinely believe you are safe. You want to take deep breaths and calm your entire body and say, hey, thanks for trying to protect me, but I am safe. I'm okay. I'm okay in this situation. I'm not the little helpless kid anymore. I'm not in a helpless situation. I'm an adult and I got me and I can handle this. That, by calming your body, by deep breathing, by reminding yourself that you are safe and you are okay, you are enforcing that belief that you are okay, because you are taking action that you are okay by breathing. The other thing is, you want to place yourself in situations that you're scared of. Not dangerous situations where like you go in an alleyway, but I mean situations that you want to take a risk in. So you encourage yourself to go to that dance that you're afraid of going to. Encourage yourself to go to the supermarket, you know, whatever it is. Encourage yourself and set a little mini goal. Be like, okay, I'm gonna go to the dance for an hour, or I'm gonna go to the dance for 30 minutes, and if I'm not feeling it, then I can always leave. Like, give yourself that out so you feel safe, that, you know, it's not something that's forced upon you and no one's making you do it. You're making this choice, and language is really important. You're making this choice to do this thing. So and also maybe in the beginning you need to have like a safe person that you can, you know that is there if you're scared, or you're basically figuring mini baby steps to help you to expose yourself to this thing you're scared of, and then slowly kind of take the training wheels off. But it's important that you make that choice. You're like, okay, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to go in this situation that I am scared of. And give yourself realistic goals that you can handle. I can do this for 5 minutes. I can do it for 15 minutes. I can do it for whatever it is. Get yourself there. And any story that plays, remind yourself it is a story and it is not reality. Like when you're thinking about all these scary things that are happening, they're not actually happening. Your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality, so it feels like it's reality, but it's genuinely not. And you need to slowly let that go and be like, okay, this is a story and I'm gonna let this go because I generally don't know what's gonna happen. Change the emotion from anxiety to excitement of like, I can't wait, because your body doesn't know the difference. I can't wait to go and see what's gonna happen at the store. Like, I can't wait to go see they got new food for me, like what's going on. I can't wait to go to this dance and see what's going on. and what kind of people are going to be there. And yes, it will feel uncomfortable at first and it won't feel real, but it will eventually become a belief of yours because you're being repetitive and continuous about it, which is what your brain needs. You want to believe that you can handle it, which you 100% can. You got this. You can handle it. You can get yourself in that situation. And another thing you want to do is you want to stop thinking about what to say and listen. The questions will naturally come up when you hear and listen to what the other person's saying. Oftentimes we get stuck and focused on what's the next thing we're going to come up with. You get so much anxiety thinking about being in the conversation that you're not in the conversation. So genuinely listen, and when you genuinely listen, you will become interested about what the topic is, and natural conversations will flow. So that's where you want to stop focusing on what am I going to say next and focus on listening to what the conversation is about. And the last thing that I notice a lot of people and my clients have told me is they have so much anxiety of like, what if I say something wrong or bad, or like I embarrass myself? In order to learn like the rules of conversation and, you know, social etiquette, whatever you want to call it, you have to take risks. Same way with like when you tell jokes and you be funny, you have to take risks. The only way you will truly learn how to have conversations and how to have genuine relationships is you have to take risks in saying things, and then you will see, oh, when I said this, it kind of caused this kind of reaction, so I'm not going to do that again. And you don't beat yourself up, you don't shame yourself, say, hey, I'm learning and I'm gonna try to do better for next time. Or you'll be like, oh, that really got a lot of laughs, like I know this is, you know, something that does well with the crowd. So you need to take risks and see what, you know, works well and what doesn't, and what's the worst that's gonna happen. Like maybe you'll get a couple dirty looks, you'll be like, oh, my bad, like that was on me, you know. Roll with it, you know, make mistakes. It's so important to make mistakes and understand we all have these moments. You have to fail in order to succeed. You cannot succeed without taking a risk and failing a little bit. And not only that, but you can also, you know, with someone that you feel comfortable with, say, hey, give me some feedback. How did I do tonight? What are things that I could work on? What are things I did well? So you can get a good gauge of other people's perspectives of you, rather than beating yourself up and being like, oh, what if they didn't like me? Or what about this? What about that? You're able to actually genuinely get real feedback in real time, so you know what to do for better for the future. So what do you guys think? Leave it all in the comments below. And please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with someone that you think may need it. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye, guys. It's funny because I'm wearing like this bright shirt, but you wouldn't believe it's 11 at night. You gotta make a choice for me. Should I work out or should I go to bed? The answer is I should go to bed, but I'm almost done. Chill. I could just like edit it, you know?